Oh, it is I, guy from yesterday, here today. He's moved on into the future. I need to work on this UI and some other bits too. I'm gonna fiddle with it a bunch. So I want to update at least the visual elements of this. If I can, I'd like to change the font from at least not being flat to something a bit more cartoony and fun. I'll probably reuse the nosher I made for the splash art for the top left nosh bit. Let's see if I can find these assets. I assume they ended up in materials. Yeah, here they are. Happy Nosh, Hungry Nosh, and Logo Alpha. So these are the ones I will be changing. So we have Bat, we have Nosh, we have Unhappy Nosh, we have Berry. So what I can do is I can use this template to make the better ones. You can see they're super basic. Like I scribbled these just to get something functional in for the prototype test, because I just needed some sort of UI in there to explain what I already knew. Like, it's all well and good me knowing that you eat 3 berries, you gain a shield, but I needed something in there to explain that to someone who'd never touched the game before. And I wanted to make it visual and some sort of style too, because I need to learn how to do UI stuff. Just trying to kind of stylize it all a bit more, make it look a little less janky. Okay, I need to adjust this because I know what I've done here. If I go into the code here, what I have is, I think it's in UI logic. It's here. See, I've got it writing time in. I need it to not do this. Let's move par up and align it. Yeah, that already looks way better. Although it is very off to the side. I might try and move it all in a bit, but I also don't want it taking too much of the screen real estate. Let's finish the level. I want to see how bad the end UI looks in comparison to this stuff. Yeah, that stands out like a sore thumb now, doesn't it? So what might be nice is moving all this around here and having it like step ladder down around the title. Or should I keep it on the right? Tricky. If we go back to UI elements, we need a happy face and a sad face. So we need one of those and one of these. Now, straight ahead Nosh works a little bit weird now. I'd say that's probably a bit intimidating. So I might do these from the side like that, or pointing inwards to the UI like that. To be fair, I drew pretty good pictures of him before. Where's my reference sheet? Yeah, like that. Let's just use that one. I'm dead. Not overwriting the old ones, because I like to keep them for legacy's sake, because it's always good to keep your old stuff to compare, so you can be like, okay, actually, this does look a lot better. I really like how that looks, to be fair. I don't know, there's something really fun about that. It won't match the style I've got now, but it's still fun. Kind of like the idea of these being darker than Nosha, so I'm gonna not up the thing on that. The saturation, the thing. Very eloquently said, my boy. Okay. Let's replace the berry. Here's the berry. Detailed, right? I need to do the same thing. Need to go into world shader. Honestly, that might be nice, but the problem is, as you see, the wrong texture in it. Is that from a start? Oh, it's from the reflection map. Maybe I should have had a board around the berries too? Yeah, probably. Makes it more clearly part of the UI. Also, I'm having the same problem I did before, where these buggers look like they're not around the center of this object. One thing I want to add later on is I want to do an alternate version of the idle animation and possibly the running animation to also display him being hungry on those as well. So have the more perky animations when he's standing still play when he has 3 berries while standing still, but have him a bit more downtrodden when he's not energized. I am going to put a board around those berries. They don't look like they're part of the UI at the moment, I'd say. So I need to clean up that right side part, convert those into images or something. Same with the bits down here. I have like score and ×1, different than these parts up here, but it's getting there. So I assume what I'll probably need to do is separate these UI elements so that I can have an image in their place. For this, I can change it to purple. I'd like for that version of top score and best time to not display, so I'm going to rename these TXT. Top score's not hiding because I'm hiding score instead, which makes sense because I've got the components the wrong way around. Why does that outline look so blurred. For some reason it's got an alpha to it. Don't need that. I think it's because it's trying to do it as a drop shadow, which isn't what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a straight background to the text. Hey, that's looking a lot better. Okay, so the whole UI's now been replaced to a degree, so it's a bit more up to date. Still very much an early UI, like it's a bit too texty at the moment, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I might also want an overlay on that yellow, because I realise when it's against the moon, it's kind of hard to read. Maybe I should have the drop shadow on all text. Maybe I should just go really overkill with this drop shadow effect. If I just go copy component, what I can do is I can test it by going into it. Just give everything that drop. I wouldn't say it's professional looking, but it's a hell of a lot better than scrap art I had before. The alignment's all sorts of off. Like, I'd be tempted to take all of these parts of the UI and, like, move them. Like, have this off to the side a bit. Yeah, having it off to the side like that's a bit better to me, rather than having it directly in the center. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. As far as UIs go, that's not bad for a second pass. Considering it's mainly a visual update on it, that's cleaner. It uses better assets. It still needs, like, a lot more to it. The main thing to update was the 3D visuals and showing that I could achieve a graphic style, and I think I've achieved that in terms of having assets in the map, proper textures, better character model, a proper skybox helped leaps and bounds. Like, I think this visually looks pretty good now. Like, a game that looks like this is probably sellable. I hope it's sellable. There's improvements to be done, I think, after another year's worth of work, considering this is something I've made now in about 2 months worth of time. I'd say after a year it's probably going to look even better because I'm going to have learned to do new stuff. In terms of what I'm going to be showing in April, if the visuals end up about this, considering this is still the proto map and I plan to put a bit more density on the objects on the 3 demo level maps, should be all good. Ooh, I thought I could do some more of him today. Maybe it's time to make the gargoyle. Let's play a Mender. Let's make a gargoyle character. So I'm trying to understand how to place this character in the world and how to make him look so that you as a player can look at him and immediately go, okay, that's not a monster, that's someone I interact with. I kind of like the idea of doing the thing where the texture for the eyes is actually on the plane, like here. So I might try and keep this plane and have the eyes on there. So I always thought that was a fun effect. This is a visual test, so he doesn't need to be functional yet, he just needs to show me what he looks like. I might do a second redraw of Science Guy. I like the idea of the tutorial on Guy being a gargoyle from the later graveyard section. I just don't know whether I like this guy particularly. Like, the idea with him writing with his feet's pretty cool. I don't know if cool's the right word, but it's the word I used, so I'll stick with it. I think I like the bottom half, but I don't like the top. I do like the idea of the glasses, but I don't think the face is gargoyle-y enough. He's too organic looking. He doesn't look like he's made of stone. I definitely like this part of it. My favourite part of the design is this whole bit. Like, this bit I like. It's this bit I'm unsure of. Like, that bit I don't know about. But I do like the glasses. I want to keep the glasses motif and possibly the floating eyebrows. Like, this sort of thing. It's the face I can't decide on. But I also kind of like the bomb chin thing, having the chin sideways like this. Like, this design might be good. I just can't grasp whether I really like it or not, which is why I'm kind of messing with other gargoyle heads. He needs to be approachable as well, like it needs to be not an unfriendly face. Problem I'm finding with a lot of the gargoyle images I'm finding is they're very animalistic. I managed to achieve what I wanted to, which is I've reworked the UI. The UI is now definitely better. It's definitely not a final version of a UI, but it does work. The new bat stuff's in. So now the transform looks more like it should. Everything is visually passed now, which is the February goal. Like, is definitely a level that's presentable. I can definitely be happy with this as a whole, and I should be happy with this as a whole. This I can be pretty pleased with. The things I'm thinking of now are additions that are gonna come down the line, stuff I want done for April. What I really need to do is I need to brainstorm how I proceed from this pointwards. I have the visual layer. Next I was gonna be building on the game again. That might mean retooling some stuff. But all in all, January's progress to February in terms of visually retooling the game went far better than I probably could have ever expected.